All right, so we have our basic straight down pattern. Now let's do that on a C chord, and then maybe say an F chord, and then we'll talk. So when we go to that F chord, it's really important to pounce on that A note. That's the top, that's the note on the second fret of your top string of your G string. If you don't get that note by the time your right hand is supposed to hit it, you'll get a flam, you'll get a deadened note, a misfire between your two hands. They won't be in sync. And so super important to place the note that you hear first, and then the other notes can be placed in the chord. So that second finger has to get there in time, or else you get a bad sound. See that? You gotta pounce on it. Then the first finger can follow up and grab its note, because by the time you're going to hit that string, your first finger's probably already there. You don't have to worry about that. It's this one you have to worry about on your F chord. It's that second fret. So make a conscious effort when you practice to get your chord there first and make very clean chord changes so that by the time your right hand plucks the string, the note is there. All right, so that's the straight down pattern. Pretty easy one, pretty straight ahead. The next one is the every other pattern. And there's a whole bunch of patterns. We're not going to get nearly through all of these in this particular segment. We'll have to keep going with this. But let's, at least for the rest of the time we have today, let's talk about the every other pattern. There are actually two ways to do the every other pattern, but let me explain what it is before I explain how to do it. Every other is when you pick your G string, followed by your E string, every other string, the C string, followed by the A string. So it's every other string. The best, or at least the easiest way to do this, is to pluck the G string with your thumb, pluck the E string with your index, pluck the C string with your thumb, and pluck the A string with your middle. So it's P-I-P-M. Use your thumb twice, and that's why it's so easy and so fast. It's easy to get it going. It's a lot like a banjo roll. It's very similar to what a banjo player would do. It's possible to go fairly fast with that one. There is another way. It's so much harder, but it might be worth practicing. I believe it is worth practicing because it helps you with coordination of your right hand fingers and control of your right hand fingers. And it would go like this. It's still every other string, but different fingers. It would be P, M, I, A. So using I on the C string instead of P. P, M, I, A. P, M, I, A. That's an option if you want to do it that way. It's kind of cool, but you can definitely go faster with the P, I, P, M way. That would be faster. So I have a second etude in my first book, and etude number 2 goes something like this. I'll just do a little bit of it. Etc. It goes on like that for a couple of pages, but it's just very basic chords. Some of the first chords that you learn, like A minor chords, F chords, D minor chords, G chords, C chords, etc. It's those very easy chords, which normally could be kind of boring, but when you finger pick them in that way, it's kind of nice. It's soothing and relaxing. Nice thing to practice. So if you want to get these books, I will leave a link down below, and you can find them on Amazon. They're fairly affordable, and they're not like huge, thick textbooks. They're just books with 10 etudes a piece in them, and this stuff is really good for your right hand. That's why I wrote them. I had been interested in fingerstyle ukulele for the past maybe about 10 years now. It's been a long time, but coming from classical guitar, that definitely influenced me, and coming from rock guitar that's finger picked and folk and just fingerstyle music in general is kind of a specialty of mine, and that's why I wrote those books. I really wanted to help people with it, because so many people strum. I mean, we almost always start with strumming, but once you get into finger picking, it's kind of a black art for some people. They're not sure how to do it properly, but my books are intended to help you with that. So that's the every other pattern. We have the straight down pattern. Next time we're going to hit some other patterns, like some traditional folk patterns, inside out, outside in, Travis picking, etc. There's so much to go over, but we're going to cut it off right there for today. All right, ukulele people, hope you enjoyed that. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like, click that notify bell, and I will catch you later. Bye-bye.